Is one Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
He's not only a star on the gridiron, as they say.
Yeah.
He's got a video out there where you see the man behind the man.
I don't know what he's listening to, but he's really enjoying it.
Yeah, he's got a different show on in his headphones.
Show.
How big are your cups in here? Like 30 ounces? I just chugged 30 ounces of coffee. I'm jacked up, ready to go.
Did you
I
really?
feel like Greg Hahn
man.
right now. Let's go.
Come on.
High five myself, no friend.
Hey.
Pat McAfee did a special comedy show talking about his life and some of the comic elements of it. It's now available as a download at patmcafeeuncaged.com. And Pat's actually going to be heading off to practice. His team involved in the Thursday night NFL game, of course.
Yes, sir.
Yep, in Houston, Texas.
Houston. That was the scene of last year's fantastic onside kick.
It was, yeah. What happens this week? You never know. Stay tuned.
Now, I have a
cliffhanger.
I have another really stupid question. We've been talking
Go
a little bit off the air about the fact that Pat is a very fine kicker, and you can kick the ball quite far.
Yeah.
And occasionally you practice field goals from a great distance.
Yeah.
You've got Adam Vinatieri, one of the greats of all time, as your field goal specialist. But there's been talk that on occasion, if the occasion were right, the moment were perfect, they might send you out there to try to do an extra long field goal.
Yeah.
Now, is that something? Do you walk up like in the movies? Do you walk up to your special teams coach on the sideline and go, "Coach, I can do this.
Put me in, coach."
Does that ever happen, or no?
Attaboy, Jimmy!
No, the way.
Do they, or do they just come to you and go, "Pat, you want to try it?" How does that
The
work?
way it would work is Chuck Pagano would look at me and go, "What do you think?" And I go, "Yeah,
I can make it.
that's exactly how it would go." And
I
that's
can make a coach.
Last year we had a 65-yarder in preseason, and this is exactly how it went. I hadn't even started kicking field goals yet because it was preseason. We had Cody Parkey in, who was the kicker for the Eagles, to kind of save the reps off our legs. So in training camp, you bring in another guy to kind of save the reps off the old guy's legs, which is, believe it or not, I'm now in my 7th year, which is mind-blowing to me. But they kind of saved my legs in training camp, and Vinatieri obviously is 42 years old. So I hadn't even started kicking field goals yet until the season starts, right? So I kick once a week. So this was in preseason. Cody Parkey was there. Hadn't kicked a field goal in about a month and a half. And during the last drive, we get to like the other 47, the plus 47. So it would have been a 65-yarder. And Chuck looks at me literally just like this with his arms crossed. He looks at me and goes, "Man, what do you think?" And I go, "Man, I think so." And he goes, "You want to hit it?" "Yeah, I don't." He goes, "What are the chances?" "Solid." He goes, "Well, let's kick it." I go, "All right, here we go."
So
And
it's
then-
nothing like in the movies with
No,
the
it's
dramatic music.
It was 100%.
The coach walks up.
It was 100%. "Well, what do you think?" I go, "I think so."
Yeah, it's not like the movies. The big dramatic music doesn't come in, Tom. It's probably like Kiss Cam up on the screen playing really weird music.
It was nothing like that. And this past week,
So what happened?
What
by the way?
happened? Did you make it?
wide left.
Wide left.
By literally a foot.
Yeah.
A foot. It would have been
But
about a foot and a half.
Yeah,
It
but
was
if
a
but if
foot.
but if it, if
You
that,
let Mama take care of that.
it's an old joke. Look it up, kids.
Poor baby.
So, but if that were to happen in the game, I mean, you'd be all over ESPN. It would be the play of the week. Everyone would go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my first attempt was 2 preseasons ago. It was like a 33-yarder. So this was my second in-game attempt. It was a 65-yarder to win the game. And if that would have went through, it would have been a really cool moment.
Oh, sure.
But like this past weekend, we would have had a shot at a 75-yard field goal because they missed on their own. They missed a 53-yarder. You take 8 yards for the snap. We would have had it at the 35. So it would have been a 75-yard field goal.
Has it always been 8? I thought it was at 7 at one
So
time.
college is 7.
Okay.
Shorter guys.
Okay.
So you move it back to 8 in the NFL because you got taller guys. So you got to clear them.
I
Give
got
them an
you.
extra yard of clearance.
What's the present record at this point? What is it?
64, I believe, is the record.
What's
Is
the
that-
Yeah, but it was
Bronco?
done in Denver, right?
Everything's
guy?
in Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been a 75-yarder, and there was no look out of Chuck for that one. But I think
No?
if we were inside a 70, right, I think there would have been like a.
So it's not like in the movies where you go up and tap Coach Pagano. Excuse me, Coach.
You can do it.
Did you hear this dramatic music? Yes, I'm your man.
It's my time.
Then you point to some kid in the stands. You see little Joey up there? We're gonna go do it for Joey.
I love how much you think like movies resemble real life.
Oh, I know. That's the only way I get through life, Pat. If life were like the movies, I'd be alive.
And those halftime speeches that coaches give, just like the movies, Tom.
I've asked you that before. Now, at halftime,
You lousy son of a...
What were you thinking?
do they ever get the whole team together at halftime, or is it just the special? Everyone goes to their little unit.
Teams,
The offense meets with the offense, defense meets with the defense, and then we head out because that's the only time the field's open to kind of kick a little bit more. To keep
It's
warm.
like an adult swim at a pool.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, the horn
analogy.
blows.
The field's open.
Yeah, all of that.
10 minutes, you get the adult swim.
So there's no thing where the coach gets everybody gathered around.
They gather the offense and defense after we head out, and but it's not like.
So do you walk up to?
Now listen, man, we got 30 minutes left to fulfill our legacy.
Do you walk up to?
What are you gonna become?
Do you walk up to Hasselbeck and say?
Do
Do you walk up to Matt and go, did I miss anything?
No.
How was the speech?
But Hasselbeck, I was so happy for him.
Me too.
Right? First start in 3 years, 40 years old, comes in because Andrew Luck is injured, which nobody would ever think would happen. Andrew's one of the toughest dudes in the NFL.
Bald guys everywhere were rooting for him.
Bald guys, old guys, everybody.
We were all out there rooting for him.
Great father too. Hasselbeck's
Great sense of humor too. Very funny guy.
The guy in the future, he'll be on TV doing whatever he wants. He's in a family of the NFL basically. And before the game, Hasselbeck and I had a little chat, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm ready to bail you out if you need anything, And he was like, well, you might need to early so I get my feet back wet, And he started running the ball himself. He was calling runs to himself, right? And as he's jogging off the field on that one, I'm like, Matt, right? You're 40 years old. Hand the ball off. But Matt was just making plays, man. And
I'm guessing at 40, the opposing team never dreamed he would carry it.
That's why he did it. I think that's why he did it. And he's such a smart guy. We're so lucky to have him on our team.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what's the?
I was happy for him to get the win.
Now, is there any situation in which you would actually be quarterback?
Not with this regime.
Weren't you used weren't you the fourth guy?
The
a
old
while
regime,
back?
I was the third guy. So with like when Coach Caldwell and Bill Polian and Peyton and stuff like that, I was the third string quarterback. And there was one particular game where it was our 2-14 year. We were playing the Steelers. I think it was Sunday Night Football, or we had the 4 o'clock game. It was a national TV game. Curtis Painter gets hurt. Dan Orlovsky's the quarterback. All of a sudden, I'm backup quarterback after Curtis gets hurt, right? And I think it was Dan Orlovsky, takes a blindside shot like from James Harrison. It was like third quarter.
Sorry for laughing.
And he's down. He was down, right?
Now what?
And Clyde Christensen, our quarterback coach, looks at me. He goes, well, here we go. I go, no way. So I'm like, we call it timeout, right? So the guy comes back to the sideline, and I'm like giving him like ass
Come on,
slaps,
man.
like, hey, man, you're all right.
You're
right?
okay. Come on.
This is your time. This is your legacy. This is your time. And
Now the music starts.
yeah. And he like looks at me. And he's like, I'll be all right, man. I was like, well, yeah, I hope so, because I need to be all right, too.
You don't look like a MMA fighter in
So I
West
was
Virginia.
real close. I was real close.
Do they do in
Now I'm not.
practice, would they do like 3 or 4 plays? So if you did have to go in, you'd know what to do?
With the old regime, I knew like 30 plays.
No kidding.
So, yeah, I had audible checks. I used to take quarterback center exchange. Like, I was actually prepared. So if I would have went in there, would we have done well?
Who knows?
No, but we would have got through the game.
Well, you couldn't have done worse.
Yeah, we didn't win a lot that year.
Yeah.
But if I would have went in, I would have known what I was doing at least.
So now you're no longer part of the.
Now they just kind of kick me to the side, focus on kicking, which makes sense because
That's what you do.
It's 100% okay.
And Pat McAfee also stands on a stage and tells his life story, portions of it, because I'm seeing a part 2 here. There's a lot more to be found
for
out
sure,
about
coming to a town near you.
Pat McAfee's going to go on tour, I think, with this show after the season. But right now, you can actually see Pat McAfee Uncaged. Once again, the place to get it is patmcafeeuncaged.com. It is available also, apparently, I understand from talking to your people, as a DVD. But right now, a download is available.
A hard copy is definitely available if you'd like it. We thought digital download would be much easier, but a lot of people seem to want
You going to go
DVD.
vinyl?
It's a great Christmas gift.
I dare you to go vinyl.
I would love to,
It's
but
hard to do that.
I just don't know if we're gonna have enough sales in that department, to make up to get in the green. I think we'll go in the red. But DVDs are available for a good Christmas gift, Hanukkah gift, whatever
They
gift.
make video discs anymore.
Laserdisc.
I
Yeah,
don't
you go,
know.
you go
I'm not sure they
Laserdisc
do.
If you want to go
Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
Laser.
I was thinking just audio only, a vinyl one.
Oh, I
Obviously
see.
a limited edition.
No, you want to see
Would you
this.
buy it?
I'd limit it to 3.
No.
Hey, Tom, we got one by the way for $100. You can have.
It's
You want this. You want to be able to see this. So.
It's Super Bowl 17 or 22 or 26, obviously, but it's an RCA Select Division Laserdisc commercial, and Mommy, can we watch a movie? Television is seen through the laser.
I can take you right now to someone's home who still has their laser disc hooked up, and they still
It's all
watch
out there.
them.
That guy drives a van for sure.
No,
You can
Really?
grab this right now. Once again, Pat McAfee, uncaged.com.